Good governance for a not-for-profit organisation in terms of its investment portfolio or investment programme is all about defining who makes the decisions, what decisions do they make, and who is responsible for those decisions, so that in the wrap-up, when you're looking at where the decisions are made, everyone is accountable, and it's all about accountability. The biggest risks you have by not going through or stepping through a close examination of your governance structure and who is making the decisions and making sure there's clear accountability is just a lack of decision making. And this is quite commonly seen where the decision making spans several parts of the organisation. Sometimes the decisions need to be made quickly, sometimes they don't, but when they do need to be made quickly, that's when you need a governance process that actually facilitates that. And that's why when you step through an investment program and define your governance properly, you are just ready for most eventualities, far readier than you would be if everyone's looking at each other saying, we need 4 more meetings to organise this. So it's really about just setting that accountability and making sure things work.
It's very easy to set up a portfolio, have it invested, routinely monitor performance, say on a quarterly basis. But what happens is if something adverse happens in markets or to one of your investment managers, whose responsibility is it? What is their remit? And so that's the kind of thing that's not obvious. And it's overlooked if you're just setting up an investment portfolio. If you're setting up a program, that the kind of thing is dealt with at the outset.
Recently I spoke to an organisation around their level of growth assets within their portfolio, recommending that they actually had room to increase the level of growth assets. And that was around the turn of the financial year, so 30 June. And if you remember, markets have now rallied significantly since then. However, that recommendation didn't get implemented at that point in time, still yet to be, because the committees within that organisation looked at each other as to who's responsible for making this decision, how do we undertake this. It wasn't clear whose responsibility it was for making that recommendation or accepting and ratifying the recommendation. And we sit here today with markets having moved significantly since that point, and effectively that organisation has lost out on potential returns.